wanted to do a quick video for you on a concept called transactional analysis, which will help you in your interactions with people, whether it's as an account manager dealing with customers, whether it's a salesperson dealing with objections, whether it's a customer service representative dealing with someone who's got a problem. All forms of communication, and especially useful for anyone in forms of communication where they often find themselves getting into conflict. So the concept of transactional analysis is, as people, we all tend to adopt a different style of communication. So this is two people communicating. So there are three main modes of communication: parent, adult, child. Parent communication, as the name suggests, is a figure of authority. So you are a figure of authority, you are disciplining a child, someone who you understand is not of the same level as you, so you are talking down to them, so a parent mode. An adult mode is what ideally we want in a work scenario, where we want adult to adult communications. Adults talking to other adults with mutual respect for each other, no feeling of authority or anything like that, but purely the best way to exchange information in an adult way. So that's what we're aiming for. And then child, as the name suggests, child is a childlike way of communicating. So it is being subservient mainly to the parent and to the adult. It's often quite childish. So it can be the emotional side of things where, if someone says something you don't quite like it, you can often respond either, jokingly, flippantly, or you can respond in a emotional manner to it. So it's really important that we need to sort of try and make sure that, especially in business, we're dealing at an adult to adult level. So in sales especially, if you're dealing with a customer, if you're dealing with a high net worth customer, someone that feels they're an authority to you, someone that feels they've got a bit of an ego, especially wealthy people, wealthy customers, they tend to have a bit of an ego. And what they generally do is they generally talk to you in parent-child. So they go parent-child like this, parent-child communication to you, like in that respect. And what they want from you is they want you to respond in a childlike manner to, let them know that you are subservient to them, that they are an authority. But ideally, what you want to do in a professional environment is you want to respond back in adult. You want to give them an adult response to their parent. But it's quite difficult to do that. Sometimes it's very difficult to respond as an adult when someone's actually given you a piece of information and they've done it in a parent, in an authoritative, arrogant way, really. Now, the completely wrong thing to do is respond back in parent. So that's the quickest way to get into an argument, is basically, so if somebody is in that mode where they feel they're an authority, if you challenge their authority and you go eye to eye with them, then it possibly is going to result in a real big conflict. So we don't really want to do that, but we need to be aware of this. We need to be aware. So you will know when somebody is communicating to you in parent mode. What you want to do is you want to get them back into adult. You want both of you in adult. So what you need to do is initially respond in child back to them. So you can respond to them, you can pander to their ego, you can placate them a little bit, find some areas of agreement, so that you show them that you are trying to, you're responding in kind to their feeling of superiority and ego. And from then, you now need to raise that level to adult. You need to demonstrate to that person that they need to respect you as a equal. You need to speak to them as an equal, essentially. And to do that, what you need to do is you need to demonstrate authority yourself. You need to demonstrate knowledge of their world. You need to demonstrate, especially if you're in sales, you need to be a real expert in what you're doing, and then you can start to respond back to them in an adult mode, and that will bring them down, and they will start speaking to you in adult to adult, which is when we have respect. So to end off the video, what I want to say is, if you're dealing with somebody who has an excessive ego, who's always talking in parent, and we all know those types of people. We've all met them before. They always think they're in authority. They always talk to everybody like they're a child. They probably have narcissistic tendencies. They probably have sociopathic tendencies, sociopathic, psychopathic. And again, I think we've all met characters like this, and it's very, very difficult to get them to start talking to you in adult mode. And my strong advice to you would be avoid these characters. Do not try and win them over. It was a piece of advice I was given many years ago that I didn't heed. Someone said to me, do not try and win this person over. They are not normal. And I tried and it backfired. So my big piece of advice to you is, if you're dealing with somebody and they have extreme ego, extreme feelings of superiority to all of you, try and avoid them as much as possible for your mental health, for your well-being and for your career. What you want to be doing is you want to be dealing with adult to adult, mature conversations between professionals who both respect each other, and that is when you start to have meaningful business relationships that produce results for both parties.